Let us grow in the grace and knowledge of Him who saves us by His blood. Let us put down roots to deep water. Let us drink from the fountain of life. And we shall be like trees planted by the waters, planted by rivers wide and deep. Trees green and fruitful, bearing fruit of love in the vineyard of the King. Come, let us grow in the grace and knowledge of God's Spirit by which we're sealed, studying the riches of His word. Let us eat of the bread that He gives, and we shall be like trees planted by the waters, planted by rivers wide and deep. Trees green and fruitful, bearing fruit of love in the vineyard of the King. Come, let us grow in the grace and knowledge of He who calls us by His Son. Let us gather now at His table. Let us feast on the richest of food. And we shall be like trees planted by the waters, planted by rivers wide and deep. Trees green and fruitful, bearing fruit of love in the vineyard of the King.
Good morning, good morning. Hi, good morning, Sister T. How are you? You feeling better? Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I bet you are good. I'm always feeling good when I'm eating. I love eating. Tomorrow, let's see what mic I'm on. Tomorrow I will be going. I got a big day tomorrow. I'm gonna pre-record my reading for tomorrow because I am waking up at probably 6 o'clock, maybe 6:30, and let's see. And I'm gonna go to the congregational breakfast at Coney Island, and then the men's fellowship at 2, and then at 4 we're going to Flushing Farm. So I got a full day tomorrow. Oh yeah, I love my food. I love it. One thing about me, maybe this is unhealthy, but I don't care. I am a nighttime snacker. like after EE 10 o'clock or after if I play with O'Shea and Andra. After that, I will literally snack on these things, sugar wafers, or I will get another snack. I gotta always have a snack when I watch something. Unless that's what I do when I'm here. I don't always do it when I don't do it when I'm visiting other places, but I'm a big nighttime eater, man. I love having a snack, getting cozy in a blanket, a snack, and watching. Right now, I'm watching SpongeBob. So that's my nighttime routine. After everything, Rob. Yep, after everything, snack, blanket, watch SpongeBob, big time snacker. For me, it's not a problem, it's a hobby. I have a big at night hobby. A fellow night eater. Oh boy. Yep, that's right. That's my nighttime routine. I'm watching SpongeBob right now. And then I'll find a new show. Turn my brain off, laugh, say, boy, you guys are stupid. uh, I do all my work during the day. I'll prepare for, like yesterday, I prepared for public times, and today I gotta prepare for God's answers. But I do that most of that stuff between 2 and 4. 2 and 4, 2 and 5. Hey Rob, good to see ya. It's been a minute. Alright, well, we got some people going in. Rob's gonna be mad at me. Well, not mad, but disappointed. I've been telling them all about my nightly eating habits. I'm a big nighttime snacker. I love it. Good. Yeah, it's like what? 7 there? Me too. Look at that. The nighttime snackers. What? To to Teresa's a nighttime snacker. I'm a nighttime snacker. You know what we should do? We should we should go we should go to Rob's place or Teresa's place and just have a nighttime snack party. How does that sound? That would be awesome. Right? Wouldn't it be awesome? Well, today on at CEM we will be so we have Rob's offered. We gotta set a date now. Have a movie marathon. Watch all the Avengers or something. Hey! My house isn't big enough. All I got is this tiny room. That's all mine. And it can barely fit me. That's right. A late second dinner filled with Cheetos and my sugar wafers, vanilla. I got these babies when I was in Iowa. Coming back, I'm like, I need that for the train ride. I didn't touch it on the train, but it took me a week to get through this pack. And now I need to find me some more because those were good. Mm-mm. Yeah, well, maybe someday, Teresa. You know where I'll be in this coming October. I'll be at Levi's. Come on over. Today we got Devo reading, and then I got pulpit times. Yeah, that's the only problem. It takes money. I know. Uh, I'm I'm kind of struggling now as well. Uh, yeah, I know the feeling, but I'm I'm excited for January to start my new job. I think next year will be better in terms of financial. Uh, maybe have enough money to move out on my own. I don't know. I'll be working for the Norwood congregation. Lucky, lucky. I did I meet you last week at the chili supper? I don't think you were there, were you? I do. I want to move out on my own. Yep. I do. Be in a better environment. Not. I will be creating video studies once a week for a congregation through their Facebook page, their YouTube channel, and their Twitter account. And I think last I heard they're gonna pay me $200 a month to do that, but I'm not sure what the number is now. I was gonna start this year, but I asked something specific happened with the way they document my pay. Well, yeah, that it was gonna come through, but they said we can't do it until next year now because of something I asked. I wanted to be put under benevolence to not have to pay taxes on what little I would get. Yeah, I think I can only make like half of what I make in other funds before they start cutting disability. I don't know. I'm enjoying chatting with you all. I guess we gotta get into it. We are in lesson, what is this, 203? I don't know why Alicia doesn't put the lesson number in the as a thing, but she doesn't. There's a link in the description of the video. Link in the side chat. And there's a link scrolling across the bottom of your screen under the hair of my little Chin Chin. And we're going to put 1 minute on the clock as we spend that minute. As we spend that minute meditating on the following from Proverbs. A wise man will hear an increase in learning, and a man of understanding will acquire wise counsel. Put 1 minute on that clock. Oh, how great the salvation in Jesus, that the prophets of old testify. Even angels desire its revealing. Praise and glory to Christ crucified. He was written for me, he was rendered for me. Every thorn, every nail, every tear was for me. Sweet the thought that my soul may be mended and whole by my Lord who was broken for me. I would say by your word that is living, to a hope that is abundantly pure. Precious blood from your cross brings redemption, with a hope that is living and sure. And now we are going to read Proverbs 1. And I'm running the ESV this morning. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to understand the words of insight, to receive instruction in wise dealing, in righteousness, justice, and equity, to give prudence to the simple, knowledge and discretion to the youth. Let the wise hear and increase in learning, and the one who understands obtain guidance. To understand a proverb and a saying, the words of the wise and their riddles. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. Hear, my son, your father's instruction, and forsake not your mother's teaching. For they are a graceful garland for your head, and pendants for your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. If they say, come with us, let us lie in wait for blood. Let us ambush the innocent without reason. Like steel, let us swallow them alive, and whole like those who go down to the pit. We shall find all precious goods. We shall fill our houses with plunder. Throw in you lot among us. We will all have one purse. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Hold back your foot from their paths. For their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed blood. For in vain is a net spread in the sight of any bird. But these men lie in wait for their own blood. They set an ambush for their own lives. Such are the ways of everyone who is greedy for unjust gain. It takes away the life of its possessors. Wisdom cries aloud in the street. In the market she raises her voice. At the head of the noisy street she cries out. At the entrance of the city gate she speaks. How long, O simple ones, will you love being simple? How long will scoffers delight in their scoffing, and fools hate knowledge? If you turn at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit to you. I will make my words known to you. Because I have called and you refuse to listen, and have stretched out my hand and no one has heeded. Because you have ignored all my counsels, and would have none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when terror strikes you. When terror strikes you like a storm, and your calamity comes like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then they will call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but will not find me, because they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, would have none of my counsel, and despised all my reproof. Therefore they shall eat the fruit of their way, and have the fill of their own devices. For the simple are killed by their turning away, and the complacency of fools destroys them. But whoever listens to me will dwell secure and will be at ease without dread of disaster. Now we're gonna put 5 minutes on the clock. And we're going to no, that's not much of a devo. Well, we're going to spend the next 5 minutes reflecting on these 5 questions. Let's see. Who wrote the Proverbs? Fear not, I am with you, be not dismayed, for I, my God, and will still give thee aid, all strengthen thee, help thee, and cause thee to stand, upheld by my gracious omnipotent hand. Fear not, I am with thee, O be not dismayed, for I am thy God, and will still give thee aid. All strengthen thee, help thee, cause thee to stand up, held by my gracious omnipotent hand. Question number 2 is, what are some secrets to gaining wisdom according to this first proverb? I'll give you a full minute. Read First Kings 3 6 through 12. How would you describe the wisdom of Solomon? Give me a second. And I'll pause this. Maybe. If I can find it. And Solomon said, "You have shown great and steadfast love to your servant David my father, because he walked before you in faithfulness and righteousness, and in uprightness of heart toward you. And you have come for him this great and steadfast love, and have given him a son to sit on his throne this day. And now, O Lord my God, you have made your servant king in place of David my father. Although I am but a little child, I do not know how to go out or come in. And your servant is in the midst of your people whom you have chosen, a great people, too many to be numbered or counted for multitude. Give your servant, therefore, an understanding mind to govern your people, that I may discern between good and evil. For who is able to govern this your great people? And it pleased the Lord that Solomon had asked this. And God said to him, "Because you have asked this, and not asked for yourself long life or riches or the life of your enemies, but have asked for yourself understanding to discern what is right, behold, I now do according to your word. Behold, I give you a wise and discerning mind, so that none like you has been before, and none like you shall rise after you." How would you describe the wisdom of Solomon based on that text? And question number 4 is, where did Solomon gain his wisdom? Knowing what is the greatest piece of advice you discovered from this proverb? Knowing all that is right. The total treasure that perish for the using. However precious they be, there is a country to which I am going. Heaven holds all to me. Heaven holds all to me. Hi. Alright, question 1. Who wrote the Proverbs? Solomon, the son of David. Solomon, yes. If there was any doubt, Proverbs 1:1 makes it super clear, and it gives the name of the author and 2 descriptions. The proverb of Solomon, the son of David, the king of Israel. And so if you are unsure what Solomon this is, although I don't think there's multiple Solomons in the Bible, but we know that there was one that was king of Israel. This is King Solomon that we're talking about. And so, why is this significant? Well, what do we know about Solomon? He was the wisest king in Israel, as we read in 1 Kings 3. Solomon asked for wisdom and God gave it to him, so he is qualified to write this book of wisdom. To know wisdom and instruction, to understand words of insight. And how fitting is it for Solomon to write this book, seeing how he was the wisest king ever to live. Everybody would come from every place just to hear Solomon. This really is a fitting author. Well, that was fast. Question 2. What are some secrets to gaining wisdom according to this first proverb? Fear and knowledge. Fear the Lord is knowledge. Alright, yes. He says in Proverbs 1:7, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, full the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. How do you get knowledge? You fear the Lord. What does it mean to fear the Lord? Am I to be afraid of God? What does it mean to fear the Lord, guys? What does it mean to fear the Lord? Thoughts? Teresa said she's gone. Sam's having some internet trouble. Sam, can you hear me? What does it mean to fear the Lord? Reverence. Okay. What does it mean to reverence the Lord? You just threw out another word that we need to define. What does it mean to reverence the Lord? To put him above all and keep him apart, that's right. Respect him, give him, show respect as he is an authority. So if we reverence God, if we respect God, recognize his position, that's the beginning of knowledge. If you want to know something, it starts with the reverence of God. And it starts with the healthy fear of God, too. Jesus does say, don't fear him who can kill the body, but fear him that can kill body and soul in hell. So there is an aspect where I have a healthy fear of God, knowing, n- n- knowing that he can destroy both body and soul. In Ecclesiastes 12, in verse 13, it says to fear God and keep his commandments. This is man's all. And so, Sam's exactly right with that. Fear of God is tied to our obedience, our respect of God, our recognizing him as holy, keeping him apart. That's all very good ideas, Sam, that tie into the fear of God. So the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, but there's also another secret. What about obeying your parents? Hear, my son, your father's instruction. Forsake not your mother's teaching, for they are a graceful garland for your head and a pendant for your neck. And then he goes on to say, if sinners entice you, do not consent. Don't let them take you down with them. Don't be tempted by these guys. Why? Because one, you reverence the Lord. You respect God. God says no. But secondly, wisdom comes from your father's instruction, your mother's instruction. God said no, and my mom and dad said no. They're my authority. Thirdly, where is wisdom? What are the secrets? How long, O simple ones, will you love being simple? How long will scoffers delight in their scoffing, and fools hate knowledge? If you turn at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit to you, and I will make my words known to you. What does wisdom say? If you listen to wisdom's instruction, correction, you will gain wisdom. See, sometimes we're hard-headed. We don't want to listen to a wiser brother who may be telling us something, or a sister, or just in general. We may be like Rehoboam, who rejects the counsel of the old folks and listens to his friends because they told him what he wanted to hear. You know, that they were his yes men. But we gain wisdom if we are willing to turn at wisdom's correction. So there are 3 keys to gaining wisdom in this text. 1. Reverence God. 2. Obey your parents. And 3. Listen to correction. Those are the 3 keys that I see in gaining wisdom. That's right, the whole proverb says how to fear God. That's right. Read 1 Kings 3, 6 through 12. How would you describe the wisdom of Solomon? We're cruising this morning. We may get through. Sorry. We may get through the whole lesson. We'll see. Read 1 Kings 3, 6 through 12. How would you describe the wisdom of Solomon? From God. From God. It was great, and it was from God. That's right. He asked God, and we'll have something to say more about that in number 5. Where did Solomon gain his wisdom? Oh wait, Solomon had a lot of understanding and knowledge, that's right. and none like Solomon before him, and neither after him shall rise anything like unto Solomon. Yeah, he was unique. He was the wisest king. Let's read that. Behold, I now do according to your word. Behold, I give you a wise and discerning mind, so that none like you has been before you, and none like you shall rise after you. He was the wisest king. And so when we get the Proverbs, we are getting advice from the wisest king ever. So need we better take heed because he's been around the block. He's inspired. What is well? Huh? Okay. Well, Psalm 1 isn't. I don't think it's called a Psalm of David. Nope. We don't know who wrote Psalm 1, Sam. But you're right. It does mirror Psalm 1 when he talks about when sinners entice you, do not consent, when they say, let's all have one purse. Psalm 1:1. Blessed is the one who walks not in the counsel of sinners, of the wicked, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor sits in the seat of scoffers. So, wisdom also recognizes evil. If you're a wise man, you're going to recognize the traps of the wicked, now won't you? You'll recognize evil, and you'll be able to avoid the evil and cling to what is good. Very good. Very good. Question number 4. Where did Solomon gain his wisdom? God. From God. That's right. Where do we gain wisdom? How can we get lady wisdom? Well, just like Solomon, if we want wisdom, James tells us this. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given him. But let him ask in faith with no doubting. For the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea that is driven and tossed by the wind. So if we want wisdom, just like Solomon, we need to ask God. And we need to ask in faith, not doubting that God is able to do what he says he's going to do. just like Solomon, we need to ask God. And did you know that wisdom from above has qualities to it? The quality of wisdom we get is described in verse 17 of chapter 3 in James. But the wisdom from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, open to reason, full of mercy and good fruits, impartial and sincere. So you know what that means, don't you? The wisdom that God gives changes our lives, uh, makes us good, moral people. It changes us, doesn't it? Wisdom makes us pure and peaceable, gentle, open to reason. It displays God's mercy. It's willing to yield and full of good fruits. So we get wisdom from the source of wisdom, from God. And if we ask in faith, God's not going to give us a hard time about asking. Levi talked about this in his class, I think, this week or the week after. He's been doing a study on prayer. Excellent study, by the way. If you're not a part of that, I encourage you to be. That's on Mondays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. But very good class. But he talks about how we need to ask God in faith. And it's true if we want wisdom. If we want wisdom that God supplies, we need to go to the source of wisdom now, don't we? We need to go and lay our petitions down at his feet and say, I need wisdom, and I know you're the wise one. Let me catch up on your comments, and then we'll move on to 5. And then we'll probably go to record. Well, Sam, your opinion is worth nothing in this instance. Because the Bible doesn't say, so we can't give an opinion on it if the Bible doesn't say, right? The Word of God, that's our standard of wisdom. Ask God without a doubt. That's right, and God's gonna give it. James 1. I went to 2 passages in James. The first one was James 1. James 1, 5 through really 8. Let me read it again. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God. Let him ask God who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith with no doubting. For the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea that is driven and tossed by the wind. For that person must not suppose that he will receive anything from the Lord. He is a double-minded man, unstable in all his ways. Alright, Sam. Have a great day. And so we need to ask in faith, ask God for wisdom. By the way, Teresa, do you, since Sam's leaving, do you want to, there's only the two of you, do you want to keep going in just a minute with the last three questions, or do you want to wait till Monday? I think we got time, but it may be better if we have more. What is the greatest piece of advice you discovered from this proverb? Wisdom and knowledge. So, but what's some advice though? Fear the Lord and keep His commandments. Absolutely. That's good advice. How about this one? Proverbs 1. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. That's pretty good advice, right? If sinners are tempting you, don't go along with it. If they say, come with us, let us lie in wait for blood, let us ambush the innocent without reason. Like Sheila, let us swallow them alive, and hold those who go down to the pit. We shall find all precious goods, we shall fill our houses with plunder. Throw in your lot among us, we will have all one purse. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Hold back your foot from their path. That's good advice. If sinners are enticing you, if you are pressured, don't go near them. Don't even walk in their way. And his advice ends with giving him the reason, instructing his son what the end of their way is. For their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed blood. For in vain is a net spread in the sight of any bird. But these men lie in wait for their own blood. They set an ambush for their own lives. Such are the ways of everyone who's greedy for unjust gain. It takes the life of its possessors. You know why you should stay away, my son? Because they are walking right into a trap. You won't like where this goes. I know where this goes. They're like a bird. They have less sense than a bird. A bird knows, uh, a bird knows who, when the trap is laid. That gives a lot of credit to birds. But they don't. While they lie in wait for others, their own lives are put in an ambush. And verse 19, those who are greedy for unjust gain, well, that takes the life of its possessors. It's not going to end well for them. That's right. Well, we got plenty of time. I just think it'll be better spent with some more people in here. Not that you're not enough, but alright, well, part 2 on Monday. Let's pray. Father in heaven, we love you. We thank you for this day. We thank you for what Solomon wrote in Proverbs for us. Father, help us to be wise and have discretion. Father, help us to know your word and to use wisdom. Father, we love you. Thank you for preserving for us your word and warning us of the dangers in this world. Father, help us to submit to you in all things. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you all for being here, and remember as you walk this day, may you add to your faith devotion. I'll see you next time. God bless.